Do you want to just react to the result?
Yeah, it just felt like it wasn't our night. I thought it was a good start, and we had in the first 5 minutes, a really good look to go up, and missed out on that opportunity. But I think where we lost some rhythm and momentum in the first half was just our defensive pressure. I think we dropped too deep. I said it at the break. Our wingers were often dropping, which allowed their outside backs to really get forward. And it, at the same time, we had Obi and Allen just too deep centrally, and I think we were maybe too respectful of two very talented players in the middle of the field, but it didn't allow us to get pressure to the ball higher up the field, and so we took on a lot of pressure. I thought in the second half it improved, but on the night, defensively, I just don't think we were consistent enough in how we defended higher up the field, and then in the box, we had a couple good looks, but just lacked a little bit of composure in the final product tonight. I thought we defended the box very well, with the amount of times they were able to get wide and get crosses in the box. I was pleased with that tonight, and in the end we could see it on a set piece and a PK. So games are going to look like that on the road, where you have to defend well, and I think we were unfortunate, but also they were the better team on the night.
What was the idea behind playing Brenner where you did it, and how do you feel like it went? I mean, like, to start the game, I mean.
Yeah, just with personnel, that wasn't available. So, in talking to him, he finds himself in those pockets a lot, and so we thought, if we play in a system where we have the wingers and him being underneath Brandon, maybe we can get him on the ball, turning and being able to be more of a threat with our wingers, getting in behind with Brandon, getting in behind. But I think because of where we were winning the balls, it didn't allow for Alvaro and you to have enough of an impact when we were going to goal. So, but I think he worked hard. We just didn't get him on the ball enough.
Yeah. Did you? We haven't spoken to you since Lucho's suspension came down.
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts on that? Feel like he maybe could have impacted the match tonight?
Yeah, Lucho probably could have helped us out tonight. Sorry. It's really alarming that he was not on the field tonight based on the video evidence of what took place, in that match, and that a committee can look at that video evidence and say this is a 2-match suspension, with a referee that, handed out a necessary red card and then decided to be a showman in the moment and involve himself more than he needed to. Lucho didn't even know he was there, and he gets stepped on, grabs him, and they take that as assault. That was in the report. So I guess we have different versions of assault, but it is concerning that, again, much like VAR, you have people that are still viewing these things that are so far off on their decision making.
You guys have had games where you've given up possession, but do you feel like that's where it really threw things off, not having Lucho, just being able to control the ball?
Of course, he helps in those moments. When you're defending for longer periods, you just need that creativity or that outlet that can just get you moving forward, and he has that ability. So we'll try to figure out a way to go into this next week and play with what we got and try to make the most of it and get a better result.
And then you guys have had trouble on defending set pieces at times. Where do you see the biggest issue there? I know it was a pretty great goal by Hernandez.
It's a good header, but again, it's the mentality of how you get to your spot, of how you compete. When the ball's in your space, and understanding how to use your body. Certainly, it was good. It was good delivery and it was a good finish. So you can't take that from them. But we just have to be more alert and more aggressive in how we defend them, but also stop fouling in ways where we're conceding dangerous set pieces. I think I looked up at one point and it was 12-2 in fouls. So that part, those are little things, but they add up in how many times you have to take on a dangerous set piece. So we have to do a better job of making sure that that's not the reason that we're losing points moving forward.
And then Obi looked like he was trying to say that he was turning when
Yeah.
he had, did you have any thoughts?
It's
on
unfortunate. He's in the box and it hits his hand and his hand's extended. So that's when you think it's not, when it's not your night, because I think that would have ended up in the 20th row. But it hits him in the hand and it hits him in the hand in the box and it's extended. So, I can't argue the call.
All right, we'll go to the Zoom now. And Sarah, go ahead.
Hey Pat, so this was your first in-person look at Cucho in the MLS. What was your evaluation of him as a player? How do you feel your team defended him tonight?
He's a very good player. I think we've seen that in every game he's played in. He's scored a goal and he's scored it in impressive ways. That's a goal scorer's goal. The way he flicks that set piece. So, and then you could see in the moments where you get good pressure to him, where he's able just to find creative ways to get out of pressure and open the game up. So I thought we saw a really talented player tonight, and in some ways, I thought did a good job, but in other ways, I think he got on the ball and in some dangerous areas and was able to, put us under pressure. But we're gonna come across, more players like him, and we already have. And it's just finding a way to be really tuned in to know how to defend in 1v1 moments and to not allow them to get close to the goal where they can make an impact. But he did that tonight.
One more each.
Pat, do you feel like this team needs something new personnel-wise this window in order to get across that playoff finish line?
I wouldn't say we need, but certainly we know some areas of concern where we're looking to strengthen our group. And much like I said in the previous window, and with all of our conversations on improving our roster, it has to be the right fit, and we're not going to settle to just bring guys in. So we're actively looking, and we're hoping to strengthen our roster by the end of the window.
And then I think you said last game that you had felt like some of the results recently, you guys were kind of dropping points.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you said it's a tough road loss here, but where do you put this in terms of just where you'd like to see the team at this point?
This is one of the first in a while where it felt like we weren't good enough on the night. And the disappointing part is we know how much it means to the club and to the fans. And so to not be able to, send the ones that came home happy, that's disappointing. And certainly the ones that have supported us along the way and are back home, we're going to continue to work to make our fans, proud of what we're doing, and the group that we put out on the field every week. We'll be ready to compete. We won't win every game, but I think tonight showed that no matter how the games go, and these guys are ready to compete, we just have to have a little bit more quality and focus in certain moments, and we can be more consistent in our results. But the loss doesn't set back some of the things that are happening in the mentality of the group, but it's a disappointing loss.
Thank you very much, Pat.
All right, thanks guys.